you. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Joey Lee, commonly known as GI Mary Jane in the Maryland area. I am an activist, an advocate, and I am a mother who is a refugee, a reefer refugee from Virginia. This crosses veteran and civilian lines, but I'm here to talk about the PTSD epidemic. Cannabis helps everybody. When you sit down and you talk to a veteran and you ask them about their service, 9 times out of 10 the conversation is going to lead to cannabis. Because when they get home they find out that it helps them. They don't have to take the benzos. They don't have to take the prescription pills. They don't have to take the opioids of these zombies. They can't be there for their families. They can't work. They can't get back to daily life. They can't even use the resources that they have to get better because they're so zombied out. We need these people. We need these people in our society. They're veterans. They fought for this country. That means they can fight for us here in our homeland as long as they are medicated properly, through nature, and at their best 100%. So we did a citizen support march into the rally today, just as a show of support. PTSD does cross military lines, and I want to talk about that. I personally suffer from PTSD myself. Mine's from trauma in an abusive relationship, also from being held for my child by Virginia State, who does not accept my medical marijuana certification as being legitimate. So they're still holding us criminal. On March 31st, this past March 31st, I lost somebody very dear to me. Lenny was a soldier in his own right, but a civilian. He never served, but he fought hard for everybody who did serve. He did what he could to be a healer, not a dealer, to get medicine to people in need. Regardless of federal laws, regardless of state laws, he'd like to see these people heal. And he took so much time taking care of these people, veterans, civilians, and the like, that he forgot to take care of himself. He got hung up in the pharmaceutical ring. He was arrested on a bench warrant for a 2-gram charge. They caught him with 2 grams of weed while he was in a mental health facility trying to do what he could to get himself better. They pulled him in. They put him in prison for 2 weeks. He tried to commit suicide right there in the prison. Right there. With his bed sheets. They got him, thank God, but they sent him out of that prison without any prescriptions, without a ride home, with no referral to a medical institution. And I know this is happening to veterans, not just civilians. It's happening to everybody. They're making guinea pigs of us. When he left that facility, he got back to the medication. He was on Seroquel, which is known to have suicidal thoughts or actions as a side effect. You cannot come off of this stuff unless you taper off. It is dangerous. The prison was aware. They did nothing. They let him out. He got back to his meds, and when he made the phone call to get his prescription refilled, they denied him because at this point he was over the 30 days. And from there, it was a terrifying 3 weeks of watching him deteriorate while still trying to help others through the whole thing. So he made the decision at 4:20 in the morning, 2 minutes after our last text conversation, to go ahead and take his own life. I see Lenny as a martyr. Again, he was not a veteran, but we're all soldiers in this war, in this drug war. So whether you're a veteran of the military or whether you're a simple civilian working in a gas station, if you're fighting for your cannabis rights, if you're fighting for your right, your freedom to choose, not to choose one freedom over the other, but to have the freedom to choose to keep yourself healthy, we are all soldiers. And GI Mary Jane is a movement. It's not just me. We're all GI Mary Jane. We need to come out. We need to bring our neighbors out, veterans, civilians alike, and start this cannabis crusade together. We're all warriors, armed with the truth, and I invite everybody to go out and normalize this, just like a glass of wine. You know, PTSD, mental health, that should be normalized too. I should be able to tell you I have PTSD or schizophrenia, just like I say, I got a pimple on my chin. It should be no different. And if it were that easy, maybe it were easier for people to get help. So thank you all for coming out in support. There's an after reception where we can all share stories. I think that support and being able to talk to each other is monumental in the healing process overall. So peace, resistance. We're gonna get through this somehow, guys.
All right, so is this good? Next